And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. For those of you watching on replay, welcome and thank you for coming in watching the show tonight. All right, so we just went live. I'm just going to wait on some people to get here. If this is your first time watching the channel, my name is Patrick Amato, and in July of 2024, I was diagnosed with a glioblastoma, which is a very bad form of brain cancer. Hey, Sweets and Beyond, thank you for coming in here. Hey, William Brooklyn, thank you for coming in here as well. It's nice to see both you and Sweets and Beyond again. So, since the surgery, I have had radiation, chemotherapy, and immunotherapy, as well as this device that's on my head called Optune. And now that I am 8 months past everything, well, post surgery, um, everything is coming back clean and perfect looking on MRIs. So I'm in a really good spot right now. But I encourage you, like I said, if this is your first time or you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below here. That way, you help our channel out, and we always have a great crew in here. In the chat. Sometimes we have guests that come up on the live panel, and we have a wonderful, good, positive room here. And everybody hates to hear that cancer word, and I'm living proof that you can still be positive in the face of an unknown, future. So, hey, PP Gate, Georgie and friends, hello. Cooking and Crime with Ann, hello. Yeah, no problem. Get some good rest today or tonight. Yeah, I like this. Babs, hey, Babs, welcome. And hello, Maria's Crochet Corner. Thank you for being in here as well. So yeah, I would love for you all to join in on the fun that we have, and really feel the energy in our group and community we have here, because we have some wonderful people. It really doesn't matter what type of cancer you have. We're always here to uplift you, and hopefully bring a little bit of sunshine to your life. So, that Lauren Murray. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining in. And reminding everybody, hit that like button on the way in. Cree. Hello, Cree Cree. Appreciate you being here again. All right. So we got a good little crowd coming in tonight. I love this. Fancy Feast. Hello. Nice to see you again. So tonight I really wanted to focus on having brain cancer and the impact it has on my daily life. So, just starting from the beginning, right after surgery, when I got home 4 or 5 days later, I couldn't do a lot. I could go out, but I would be so tired. And the same during radiation and then chemo. Couldn't do a ton because I was very tired after all that. So it's now that I'm 8 months past most of that, I still taking chemo pills, but yeah, I absolutely love that I can um, you know that I can get out there and do stuff. Now that I'm 8 months past, I've gradually increased my activity level, but I'm fully active now. I'm working full time, not a good paying job at all, but I needed some benefits, and um, this place brought me on and has been very wonderful working with me to go to my appointments So so yeah, it's been great. But let's talk about this weekend. I had a full busy weekend, and the doctors have said as long as my as long as my body adjusts and doesn't tell me that I need to be doing less, then I'm fully able to do things. So yes, the body kind of adjusts, but I'll be honest. On Saturdays now, I volunteer my time. This was the second week or the second Saturday. I volunteer my time taking special needs people. Taking some are young adults, some are children, or some are kids, some are adults. I mean, it's it's all it's a mix. It's a great mix of people, and so we go fishing. There's a lake behind the church that I volunteer at. It's my church, and there's a big lake there, and we fish off the dock, digging for worms in a cup of dirt, hooking those worms, and then toss them out there to the fish. This week's leader had 6 catches in 2.5 hours, so that was pretty awesome. I wish it was shark fishing, PB Gate, but because it's in a lake, the most dangerous thing we could catch would be an alligator, but luckily haven't caught one of those yet. Georgie and friends, my background, let me get out of the way here, is all right. This was on one of the cruise ships I had been on. I was on the open deck, and it was just a pretty night. The ship was all lit up for the early evening, so I just took the picture. It was good. No gators, yikes! Be careful of alligators. I've lived in Florida my whole life. They're nothing big. Just don't want to be caught in the water with one. Are the foods doctors tell you to stay away from? They told my brother said sugar feeds the cancer. I don't know if that's like true, but that's, I guess, what they told him. So everybody's doctor seems to tell them different things. I've been told no specific diet. Uh, as a general rule, for the past couple of years, well, for about a year and a half, I've watched um, I've watched my sugar because I really wanted to get my A1C under control, and so I did. A1C was 5.3 last time I had it checked, and that's well under the 7 or 6 that they wanted at. So yep, I'm in a good spot there. So, yep, I haven't heard the same or different. I've just been told, you know, eat your normal, eat your normal diet. Worms, yeah, worms are cool, especially for um, catching freshwater fish. They love worms and squiggly worms just going there in the water. So I was able to do that. After that, I met my mom and some of her friends. Some of her friends actually wanted to take us out to lunch because they thought it would be nice to do, and it really was. It was so nice of them to do. We went to a place. It's not everywhere, but I hope everybody has one. It's called Chicken Salad Chick, and it was absolutely wonderful. I love chicken salad to begin with, but mine was on a croissant. It was absolutely delicious. And then after that, my best friend Rhonda decided to come and stay over on my side of town this weekend. So got to spend time with her. She actually took mom and I out to Outback at night on Saturday or on a Friday night. So, my whole day Friday was or Saturday. I'm sorry. Friday was Outback. Saturday was the chicken salad chick. I just have my days mixed up here. But it was a really busy weekend. But then Saturday night was the highlight, other than the fishing with the special needs group. Um, it was Rhonda and I have been best friends for 12, 13, 15 years. She's the best female friend that I have, and strictly best friends. It's so funny because we crack jokes all the time with the servers, and the servers don't know how to take us. Like, I'll never forget one time. Um, and again, these are we joke with each other. So um, we were out somewhere, and the waitress comes over and hands us the menu. And I asked her, I said, "Hey, do you have the diet menu for her because she kind of needs to lose a little weight?" And the server was like, "Oh my God, did he really say that?" And Rhonda's like, "Oh yeah, that's how we talk. That's how we play, joke around with each other and talk to each other." So our goal is to make the server as uncomfortable as possible in a fun way. And by the end of the first few minutes of talking to us, they're laughing, absolutely laughing with us. So yeah, so the highlight of that, so we went to dinner at a place that is normally reserved for people who are dating or getting engaged or some lovey-dovey garbage. So, um, but we both love the food and the experience. So we went to the Melting Pot on Saturday evening. So, if you've never been to the Melting Pot, it's definitely an experience. Some people argue, and I understand it. I disagree, but I understand, and that's how we get along. Some people say that I'm not going and paying what the Melting Pot costs for me to cook my own food. Totally get it. But again, it's the yeah, broccoli salad. Yep. Broccoli salad's really good. Yep. So yeah, the melting pot was absolutely delicious, just as I remember. And all right, done with food talk. After that, she went her way, I went my way, and had a good night's sleep. Sunday morning, was at church for a while, and I was welcoming people, and it was really nice. I really enjoyed it. Hey, Maria, good job. You figured out how to boil water. I'm so happy for you. I mean, you've almost earned your first star. That's pretty awesome. Thanks, William Brooklyn. That's funny. But I do have one more food thing because that's all Rhonda and I seem to do when we're together. So after church on Sunday, I went and picked her up, and we were going to go to the Mellow Mushroom, which is a really good pizza place. But it was still early enough that we were in the mood for breakfast, um, not like lunch. So there was a Perkins right next door. So we ended up at Perkins and had a really good breakfast. So, oh my gosh, Babs, we have so many restaurants. It's not even funny. It's amazing the options we have. So, okay, food talk done. Promise. But yeah, so this weekend was a great weekend, and to answer the question of how it impacts my daily life, having brain cancer for the most part, it doesn't. I do find that if I walk a lot, and I'm talking about a lot, I had um, uh, I'll get like a stiff back, a stiff lower back. So, um, you know, I'll have to sit down or I'll have to take it easy for a minute. But that's one thing that affects me. But other than that, just tiredness after the day. I'll come home and take a nap if it's during the day. If it's not during the day, I just keep going and I'll sleep well at night. So it's really nice. Now, keep in mind, everybody, especially with brain cancer, everybody's tumor is different. I could line up 5 people that had glioblastomas, and all 5 of our tumors are going to be different, from size to location to characteristics to the genetic makeup of it. They're all different, and everybody handles treatment differently. I have, God has blessed me because I've been so fortunate. I have had no side effects from the chemo, no side effects from the radiation. Well, I guess that's a lie. I did lose my hair, but to me, losing my hair is not much of a side effect. I knew it would grow back, and it did. But I haven't been sick. I haven't been nauseous. My blood cell counts have stayed perfect. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Babs. Unfortunately, glioblastoma is a seems to be talked about a lot more. I don't know what the studies show to know if people are getting it more or it's just being talked about more, but it is definitely being talked about more and being researched more. So, that's probably why. Plus, you come and listen to this, and my channel used to be glioblastoma warrior. So, that tricks the or not tricks, but it triggers the algorithm to send you that. But yeah, I mean, part of the reason why I wanted to do this channel is there's a lot of not bad information, but there's a lot of horror stories when it comes to glioblastoma. Muggsy, hey buddy, welcome. Appreciate you being here again. But there's a lot of bad stories. In the past, glioblastoma was an instant death sentence. You wouldn't last for months. But now you've got people lasting 2 to 5 years, some 10 years plus. There's one or two that are 20 years plus living with the glioblastoma. So, it's anything is possible. And I wanted to create this channel to see that they are Babs. They are absolutely making good progress. So, yeah, so I wanted to create a channel where we can talk positively about this. I don't have, it doesn't have to be a scary term. Yes, it's never fun to know that you're diagnosed with cancer of any kind, not just glioblastoma, but definitely of glioblastoma that is currently not scientifically curable. So, it's just one of those things. So I'm not afraid to talk about anything. It was actually yesterday at church. We had a visiting pastor. He was here from Texas, and his sermon was, the difficult conversations and difficult Bible passages that we have to read sometimes, and difficult things that we have to think about when reading that. And it was about death. It was in Ecclesiastes, and it was about death, and why it's important that we, think about death. It's always gonna, or it's gonna happen to all of us eventually, one day. And it's just making sure you have everything in order for when it does happen. Where are you going? Where are you spending eternity? That's one of the big reasons I've shared before. I am not afraid of death at all. When it's my time, it's my time, and I know where I'm going, so I have no reason to be scared. I have no reason to be sad, because it's going to be a win-win. And so yeah. Me too, Georgian friends. I'm very happy to see you say that. I wish there was more financial support groups for cancer patients, whether it be medical or daily living needs. I can't say that enough, and it's funny you said that because I have my all my donation places, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. I've got them saved, and tonight I was going to be putting a post on my community timeline. If anybody, without affecting your own family, that is always the most important thing. Is I don't want anybody's family impacted if you decide you want to donate anything to help. But yeah, I am definitely, now that I'm 8 months in and all the treatments are starting, the new year started. So all of those deductibles and maximum out of pockets that I had previously met, um, those are now reset back to zero. So I pay my copays when I go. Now I've got 4 oncologist visits coming up. Those are $60 a pop. I've got an MRI coming up in April. These are all April. It's not like they're happening this week or next week. It's 2 visits spread out through April, but it's 2 oncologist visits, blood work, Keytruda, and my chemo pills. So it adds up. Cancer is not cheap. Yeah, I'm almost finished with, well, no, I can't say I'm almost finished. I'm only going to be on number 2, infusion number 2 in April. And that's one that's 30,000 every 6 weeks. Now, the good news is that one I qualified for their patient access program. So I have no copay on that. However, because because I have to have the infusion done at my cancer hospital, I will be paying a hospital copay for being there and having them give it to me there. But instead of $30,000, it's going to be probably 80 to 100 or 75 to 100. I have to look. But I am still on the chemotherapy pill for one more cycle. So I have one more $400 copay that I have to make on that. But I do still have money left on a grant that was given to me until, well, it was given to me late last year, and it's good for about 6 more months. So I only need to use one more of those. So that's good. I would say the biggest things are just, daily needs. It's just, other bills, just because I got cancer, my car insurance and car payment didn't stop. So that's, between the two combined, is about $1,300 a month. I split the mortgage with my mom. That's $850 a month. And, I I all my savings and everything I had saved up was drained when uh when I got cancer, because I wasn't able to work from July of 2024 to, gosh, let's see, I started a job in mid October, and that paid me okay until they decided that January 3rd was going to be my last day. And so I didn't get paid. And of course, disability doesn't pay much. Oh yeah, the MRI is usually anywhere between 150 and 450 every time I get one. That's pretty crazy. But but yeah, so I've been slowly handling things. Not gonna lie, some things have fallen behind, but I try to catch them up when I can. I am back to looking for something that pays me more. Even though I'm employed, I'm happily employed, and that's the hardest thing about that. It doesn't pay money, and I have no insurance through them. I'm still paying Cobra, but I love the place. I really do. I love the people I work with. Whether it's my onshore claims processors or my offshore leadership team, I absolutely love it. Bill be sliding in my box too, Pippi. You're too funny. Oh, you too. I love it. Love it. Love it. So yeah, I'll be putting that on my tab, community tab tonight. Again, if anybody gives anything, it's not expected. I would never, make a note of who gave, and oh, they didn't give anything. They're not welcome in my chat. Absolutely not. That's not what this channel has ever been about. It's not what it's ever going to be about. If things come my way, I've had some random cash apps come my way, and sometimes I didn't know who it was, and then I got a message, a text message saying surprise, and I was like, thank you so much. That you have no idea how much that helped. So, my mom's retired, so she's literally on Social Security. So, it's tough, but I do it. Yeah, Jandy, no benefits because you're not eligible until 91 days. And I looked, and I didn't start. Uh, what was it? I didn't start until first week of February. So it's going to be May before I'm eligible for benefits. But what was crazy is I mean, I'm going to be glad to have benefits, group benefits through my job, but it's actually more a month than Cobra's costing me. And I thought that's crazy. It's going to be 325 a paycheck, so 650 a month for that's just the health insurance benefits. My Cobra's costing me five and a quarter a month. So it's pretty crazy. Hey, CC, I'm so excited I get to see you Sunday. It is going to be so nice hanging out with you. CC and I worked together for a long time. She is awesome. Um, CC, are you back in Florida for good, or are you going to go back up north? Curious. It does, PP Gate. Yeah, and William Brooklyn. Okay, well, I'm still happy you're going to be here. I cannot wait to see you. Yeah, William Brooklyn. I agree. Um, they insurance companies and that pre-existing nonsense. Most of them won't cover me because of that. Now, I could go through the marketplace, but I've learned real fast that it really doesn't cover anything, especially me with all the cancer stuff. If I had anything done at the cancer hospital I belong to, it didn't pay for it because they made that cancer hospital out of network. And my Affordable Care Act or marketplace plan had no out of network benefits. So, yeah. All right, Cece. Yeah. And gosh, I'm so happy you're going to be here. Is your other crazy friend coming with you? Because I can't, it can be hard not to see the two of y'all together. All right. Yeah. Cece and Katie, the Northern Brats. Very cool. Oh, all right. So let's see. We all don't think ahead if we might get a illness that will wipe our finances, but it will be good to have some kind of cushion for what ifs. Absolutely. I mean, I'm borderline bankruptcy. It's pretty crazy. But as long as the house is paid and a car is paid, you know, everything else can work itself out. I got to have a roof over my head, and I got to have a way to get places. So yeah. Oh, her baby's so cute. Yeah, that's not a surprise, Cece. Not a surprise at all. But yeah, so I was in a good spot until, well, I'm not going to say a good spot. I was in a spot where I was living paycheck to paycheck and being able to manage uh, for that company that laid me off after 2 months. So didn't see that coming at all. But they brought me in October. On December 9th, they told me I was getting laid off. Last day would be January 3rd. So yeah, it's yeah, CC, it is. Oh, it's detrimental. And if you don't have insurance, nobody wants you. Nobody wants to see you. And it's a very tough thing to navigate. But keep my spirits high. Pray to God every night, and He hasn't let me down, and I know He won't. So thanks, Georgie and friends. Yeah, hit that thumbs up if you see the thumbs up down here ish. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, then please, I'd love for you to subscribe. Thank you, Sweets and Beyond. That is super nice of you. I also have Venmo. I also have Zelle. I prefer Cash App and um, oh gosh, why did my mind just draw a blank? I was reading something. I prefer Venmo and Cash App because there at least is a paper trail. That way, Zelle just goes right into the bank, and I don't want anybody to ever feel like I took their money and did something with it that I wasn't supposed to do. Any donations go straight to medical bills or the monthly living expenses. So that is how I do it. So, William Brooklyn, I love that. Yes, sir. I look forward to your good vibes as well because I know it's coming. Even when we talked last week, you may have been down, but you still see the good person that's behind William Brooklyn or that's inside you, William. So keep being that person. You're a good guy. You really are. And I love watching your your Instagram lives. Yep. So yeah, it's it's a journey, and everybody needs to know. There are definitely impacts. Some may be physical, some may be financial, some may be mental. But surrounding yourself with an amazing group of people is so uplifting. Me having this YouTube channel and being able to talk to people and having people like William Brooklyn come in, and he shares all the time how uplifting I've been for him. The fact that I was able to a complete stranger touch another complete stranger in a positive way means the absolute world to me. Things like Cece coming in here and surprising me tonight, coming in here. Cece, yeah, we talk outside of here because we've worked together and we know each other. We've remained friends for years since even after we worked together. And then everybody who comes in here regularly, Cree, you've been coming in here since day one. Others have been coming in here since day one. I tell you, you're the driving force for what motivates me to keep doing these. And I want everybody to know, especially if you're watching through this or watching this and going through your own cancer journey, whether it's brain cancer, whether it's another type of cancer, um, you know, surrounding yourself with people who genuinely care and love you is very, very important. Whether it's friends, family, um, I've got both of those. I've got an amazing church body that just, it's unbelievable. One guy even came up. One of the pastors, the church that I go to has numerous pastors, and they all kind of have a different part of the organization of the church that they're over. So, like, one's over the uh, uh, youth ministry. We've got all kinds of different ministries that are done, and so it's really cool because they can really focus on that and get out in the community and do things, and just amazing. Cece, yep. I used to love when you guys would come over, except you wanted to steal all the trinkets off my desk. So y'all are so crazy. But yes, and very important. Surround yourself. But just yesterday at church, I got a chance to meet one of the pastors. He's fairly new to the church. He is our global missions pastor. So he oversees all of the mission work that the church does. We currently have two mission groups out there, one in Kenya, the other one is in Albania. And so, that's just, it's so amazing that, we've got somebody who's just over that. And that is his specialty in life, what he went to his schooling for in his seminary, which is like, biblical college and all of that stuff. That's what he went for, and he's an amazing guy. But I never had a chance to meet him face to face because he just started, and had a chance. So I went up and introduced myself. Hey, I'm Patrick Amato, and he's like, Amato, huh? Wait a second, I know that name. Why do I know that name? Do you do a blog? I said, I do have a blog. I haven't updated it in a while. I said, but I do a YouTube show every night. He goes, yeah, the pastors were passing around your YouTube channel and we were watching it and we're just so impressed. And, just somebody I'd never met before. He goes, so just so you know, before we have our pastors meeting every day, we pray for you. We all stand in a circle and we pray for members of our church who are going through things. And you're always in our prayer. And, that just means so much, and that's just another line of support that I have. Not to mention the gazillions of people who have told me they're praying for me and, they want me to get better because they love having me here. And, I couldn't agree more. I love being here and I love everybody. Those who come in this room, those who I meet on the outside and talk to, it's just, I'm an extrovert, always have been. And Cece, I was a pretty good boss, right? Babs, yes, it is a very big church. And I do try to post every Sunday on my community tab. I try to post because they do live stream on YouTube their two sermons. So they do a 9:15 and an 11:15. They're the same service, but they do it. And yesterday, I will just say that I felt the message was extremely powerful, and it personally touched me because of what I'm going through, thinking about death and, not being afraid to talk about it and think about it because eventually it's going to happen to everybody. And so, yes, William Brooklyn going live from the city tomorrow. Yeah, man, I hope you can too because that makes me happy. I love seeing New York City. Just, there's no place better. I mean, I still have family in New Jersey, but man, the city's just special to me. So yeah, I'm very fortunate to be surrounded with the care that I have, and so never give up, everybody. If you're fighting something, it doesn't even have to be cancer, but don't give up. Better days are always ahead, and each day is a new beginning. I know that's cliche to say, but um, it was very important. Cece, we made sure to harass you at least once a day and run to you when we thought we were in trouble. You always had our backs. That's who I am as a leader. You know, that's what I do. I mean, well, if you think about it, you had a specific leader, not me, who had it out for you and was doing all they could to badmouth you all. So somebody needed to protect you, and I was higher up than that person, so I sure did. But as a thank you to all of you, um, you continue every day to just blow my mind how you all can support somebody some of you have never met in person. CC, I think you're the only one here who has met me in person. But you know, it really means so much, and I'm glad that I can impact so many. And if anybody ever asks questions or whatnot, I know I've mentioned you can send me a message on Instagram at PatsFan28, or if you want to leave a comment in here with a question you might have, be more than happy to entertain that question, and nothing's off limits. I have no problem answering. Don't feel bad asking questions, especially when it comes to related to the diagnosis and things like that. That's not off limits. You can ask anything you want. So never forgot that. God bless you always, Patrick. Never want to lose you. Nope. You're stuck with me. I'm a stubborn Italian. What can I tell you? You know that already, though. Cece, am I right that you? I know I'm right, but I want you to clarify this for the group. That every day at work I saw you, there was always some Yankee nonsense on your desk, or you were wearing a Yankee shirt and all that crap. Yes, a New Yorican. Yep, Cece is a big Yankee girl. She had she had it on all the time. I love it. I love it. So, oh, that's so cool. Maria, hello again. Hey, it was bad because I was raised a Mets fan. So, I mean, it's been a rough life. But at least we got the Rays here, so I could at least root for a home team. But yeah, it's been a rough life for the Mets. All right, Maria, I appreciate that as always. So nice that you popped in and said hi earlier and again today. Or I mean, and again now. Awesome. 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 Oh, I do need to share this with you, Cece. Um, we have an ongoing joke in this group. We have somebody, Sweets and Beyond is her name on here. Petty dragon fruit. She peed in the bushes. Sorry, Maria, that wasn't rain. Oh, that's awful. But anyway, Cece, um, Sweets and Beyond. The first time she actually has a channel on here, and she does some live cooking shows. She also talks about other things, but um, the first time I watched one of her cooking shows, she was making yuca. And I said, I call it yucca because it's yuck. It's disgusting. And so she is totally adamant that she is going to come to Tampa. She's in the middle of the state. She's going to come to Tampa and force it. She's going to bring me her specially cooked yuca and force it down my throat. And I'm like, nope, not going to happen. Sweets, you need to come, especially now because the Rays are using the Yankee spring training. Man, I hope Cece likes yuca. She won't eat it though unless it's smothered in onions and garlic. Now, that sounds good. That's a lot of flavor. I'll eat it and I'll like it. Oh, Babs. Bossy. Bossy, bossy. So yeah, one of these days I'm hoping Sweets and I can get together and you know get talk through things, and Sweets is awesome. Always okay, there you go in Orlando. Hey, Sweets, around 9 something tonight, go outside and look up. You're going to see a big old fireball. There is a SpaceX launch tonight from the Kennedy Space Center. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Very nice. I bet him and I would get along because I would make fun of you. Just kidding, I wouldn't, but I'm sure we would get along well. All right. I was trying to find when that launch was, but it's 9 something tonight. Yep, I love the Falcon 9 launches, especially the Falcon Heavy. The Falcon Heavy launches are nuts. That thing is so powerful. But one of the coolest experiences I ever had was I had just returned from a cruise and I was totally perfect timing. Yeah, that'd be awesome, sweet. It was perfect timing because I got to the top of the parking garage as the Falcon 9 was launching. And it's cool because where the cruise comes in, just across, I mean, not far across, is where the launch pad is. So I got to watch it lift off from the launch pad and go up in the sky. And once it was high enough and the engines kicked on, oh my gosh, could you hear the roar of those engines? They were tearing up the atmosphere. It was loud, but it was such a cool thing to feel, and even the ground shaking because they're so powerful. Yeah, more satellites. But yeah, that's great. I hope it stays that way, sweet, so that you can share it. You should load that as a reel on your page once it loads. That'll get some views, I'm sure. So yeah, I'll never get tired of launches. I've been watching launches since the space shuttles, um, and now that we've got both SpaceX and Blue Origin, they launch now from or Cape Canaveral. So it's wonderful. I get to see so many launches. I'll always have a fascination with that. But speaking of cruises, this is off topic of the cancer topic, but I did want to share this because I do appreciate what I got. I'm not going to give money. I'm not going to tell dollars. I'm not going to tell names. Just know I appreciate you, and that was very sweet and kind. But I did want to make this upfront so that everybody knows I booked a cruise this past Saturday, and the cruise is scheduled for sometime in July. I put it on my community tab, so it's on all the details are not on there, but I'm doing this in anticipation of being able to celebrate 1 year fighting off brain cancer. So I'm so excited that I finally booked a cruise. It's going to some fun places. I think a few people in here might like them. It will be going to Puerto Plata and the Dominican Republic. It will be going to Old San Juan. It's going to be docking right in the heart of Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's going to go to the Turks and Caicos, and it's going to dock in Grand Turk. And then last but not least, it's going to go to the United States Virgin Island of St. Thomas. So, yep, I am looking forward to that. I did it big. I did an 8-day cruise. And, I'm just so excited to finally get back on a cruise and do that. So, it got paid up front. So that's one thing I don't have to worry about. So now I just have to, whatever I can save, I'm going to save and use that for a hotel the night before the cruise, because you never want to try to get there the same day as your cruise, especially where I'm coming from, because Interstate 4, if there's an accident, I could easily spend 4 hours on a parking lot before it moves again. And you could risk missing a cruise. So I always get there the night before. So all I got to pay for now is getting there the night before, parking at the port, which isn't bad. And a lot of times I can get that reimbursed. And then whatever's purchased, if I go to any special dinners on the ship, or if I um, want specialty coffee, something like that. But even though I don't drink and couldn't, even if I wanted to, because of all the treatments I'm on, um, for me and whoever's coming with me, it does include the drink package, which is good for me because that includes sodas. I can have as many sodas as I want, which, even though I cut my sugar out, I will probably have 1 or 2 sodas while I'm on the cruise. Also, any mocktails that I want. So, non-alcoholic drinks. I would say the Miami Vice is my favorite. Half strawberry, half the pina colada, non-alcoholic. It's amazing. But then it also includes specialty coffees. So in the mornings when I want cafe con leche, I go right to the Havana bar and I get me a cafe con leche with some good wake me up in the morning. Also, the coffee bar, or not the coffee bar, I'm sorry, the coffee shop that's along the main walkway, they serve milkshakes, and the milkshakes are included. Also, they have bottled water. They've got Gatorade, energy drinks. I'm not an energy drink person, but yeah. So, if anybody is interested in going, not with me, you to be on the same cruise. Obviously, I'll meet up with you. We'll hang out. I'm bringing my vice in life is cigars. So I'm going to be bringing some cigars, and I'm going to be out on the smoking deck having some cigars. Usually that's every night. I'll be out there having 1 or 2. Depends on who all's out there and how nice they are. But but yeah, if you're interested in being on the same ship that I am, and doing that same itinerary, I don't know prices, but I will give you details if it's something you really want to do. But like I said, I will gladly meet up with you. The cool thing about the ship that I'm going on is there's like 12 different restaurants. A couple of them are free. A couple of them aren't, but there's a Cajun restaurant, so I'm going to be having so much jambalaya, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice. Ugh, so good. But yeah, Cece, that's right. See, they're not horrible. Yeah, last time Cece and I actually saw each other, she um she came and visited me. I used to go to the Hard Rock here in Tampa a lot. I don't do that. I haven't done that in a long time, but I used to go all the time. She would meet me. They've got a lounge right as you walk in the door. And she met me there and we had a good cigar together. It was so nice. And we got to catch up on how life's going, how her kids were. And, it's so great. And yes, Maria, I am going to have a great time. I am absolutely determined. And yes, I am bringing my device with me. Um, I can bring it with me, no problems. And yeah, I'm gonna wear it. I can get in the water. I have a cap that I put on my head. Looks like a giant shower cap, but I can still get in a pool. I can get in the ocean. I can get in, any water. Um, so I'm excited. I really am excited. And to actually have a countdown now of having a cruise countdown. Now I haven't had that, and I can't tell you how long. So so it makes me so happy to finally have one again. So if any of you follow me on Instagram, you'll be sick of me posting cruise countdown pictures and stories and stuff like that. But when I get on the cruise, I'll also be sharing a lot of stuff. And I even hope to do some Facebook Lives. I mean, it won't probably be through StreamYard. It'll probably just be through my phone. But still, I'm planning on doing them in videos. So if if when we get closer, if you have suggestions for things you want me to take videos or pictures of, I'll be more than happy to do it, and I sure will. That's always made me happy doing that and sharing the love and joy of cruising with everybody. So, all right. Well, that's what I've got for tonight. Thank you all for an amazing 56 minutes. Cece, appreciate you coming in and surprising me tonight. That was awesome. And I do look forward to seeing you and the brat on Saturday or Sunday. I don't remember. I know I got a message, so I'll go back and look, but it's either Saturday or Sunday. And so I do look forward to seeing you all and having a good lunch or dinner, whatever we're doing. Sunday. Okay, got it. So yeah. So everybody have a wonderful night. If you're watching this on replay and not watching it live, I'm grateful that you took the time to make it through the live and watch it. Again, anything I said on here is meant for anybody watching live or on replay. Everybody is welcome, and feel free to ask any questions you have. Good night, Babs. Thank you again. Maria, as always, appreciate you coming in. Thank you, and good night. So everybody have themselves a wonderful night, and I will be live again tomorrow. I don't know what the topic's going to be yet. I've been thinking about it, but I do appreciate everybody coming in. So everybody have a great night. God bless. We'll talk tomorrow. Good night, everybody.